Frick. Bruins fans, you know what time it is. It is time to hug it out because that is a big W against the Dallas Stars, 3-1. Welcome back to Into the Den, everybody. I'm your host, Spawn100 Bex, and this I didn't expect. This I only really came into this game with one expectation. We're going up against Jake Ottinger. It is going to be a game not of hockey, but of goalie. It's going to. I mean, let's face it. The Dallas Stars, they can play hockey. Like throw all of the preconceived notions you have about their roster with how Tyler Seguin is verifiably the worst contract in all of hockey, even though still love you, Tyler. Throw everything you know about Joe Pavelski, Ryan Suter, all that out the window. This Dallas Stars team can still play hockey. I mean, and even then, they have promising youth. At least a lot more than we do. I mean, they have Jason Robertson. They have Wyatt Johnson, who scored a goal in this game. They have Nils Lundqvist. They have good players. It's just sort of like getting them all to mesh. But at the centerpiece of it all is Jake Ottinger. But we will get to that in due time. Actually, no, screw getting to that in due time. Jake Ottinger is a top 5 goal in the league. You can quote me on that. Jake Ottinger is fan-freaking-tastic. The dude nearly dragged the entire Dallas Stars roster into the second round on with him during last year's playoffs, and he's dragging them to wins so far this year. Well, not tonight, but still. Well, Jake Ottinger is fantastic, and I don't want to hear anything about the Dallas Stars roster being complete, utter bad when he's there. Now, going up against him is Linus Ullmark. Linus Ullmark is a great goalie. I'm not going to deny that. However, would I take him over Jake Ottinger? Probably not. Although he looked amazing this game. Like, let's be real. Let's actually talk about the game. The first period for the Bruins, absolutely flawless. There are maybe actually no, maybe not flawless. There were maybe like one or two parts where I was a little bit scared that the Bruins were going to go down on a little bit early, especially on that penalty kill after the 4-on-4 from Hogg tripping. I thought a few times that the Bruins were going to give up something lazy right in front of the net, but no, our defense held. Carlo played fantastic defense in his return. Oh yeah, Carlo's back. Carlo's back from injury, which is good. Yeah, Jacob Zaboral is. So we will see how this turns out in the we'll see how this turns out in the video because the Zoom window that I am recording this on closed, had to restart and is now recording again. Okay, so where was I? Carlo is back from his concussion, which is good. That means that Jacob Zaboral is now out of the starting roster. Not good. Not good. I think that Jacob Zaboral deserves to be on the starting roster more than Mike Riley. But we go further down the first period. I loved Charlie Coyle forcing a forcing a high sticking penalty from Denis Gurianov because Guryanov's stick was sort of like right right against Coyle's, and Guryanov was just passing through. So Coyle sort of just brings his stick up just to force a high sticking penalty out of Guryanov. That was amazing. That is just great heads up play from Coyle there. So we go on to power play, and this is where I'm starting to think that and this is sort of where I'm feeling that the Bruins power play is good. It's just that Jake Ottinger is so much better. That is until the very next power play, but still, Jake Ottinger had a fantastic night tonight. Do not let the outcome of this night tell you that Jake Ottinger did not have a fantastic night. Like, yes, there are sort of like there are creases in the armor there, but let's not. He's not invincible, but damn near close. But now we get into the first goal, where what starts with Connor Clifton absolutely demolishing Rope Hintz against the boards. Rope Hintz would come back into the game, and thank God he's okay. I like to see players beat the shit out of each. I like to see players beat the crap out of each other and take big hits. I don't like to see players get hurt. Players getting hurt is kind of makes me sad. I like it when it kind of makes me sad because then those players can't beat the crap out of each other. Can't beat the crap out of each other if they're hurt. But Clifton absolutely destroys Rope Hintz against the boards. And Colin Miller, former Bruin, decides he doesn't like that. I don't blame him, and tries to fight Connor Clifton. He gets absolutely manhandled. Clifton just hands him his ass on all the fine china and silver platter that he can find on the ice. But here's the thing: Colin Miller is going for both a 5-minute major for fighting, as is Clifton, but he's also going for a 2-minute minor for roughing Clifton. However, that 2-minute minor is being served by Wyatt Johnson. Well, not anymore. Lindholm and Krejci play their favorite game. Pass back and forth at the blue line. And who's it gonna be? I can see you guys slowly drifting forward. We're gonna pass it up to Pasternak for him to blast it right on goal from the faceoff dot. God bless Ottinger. He can't. God bless Otter. He can't get there fast enough. Bruins are up 1-0. And that's how they end the period. How are the Bruins down 11-10 in terms of shots? I don't get the shot clock. The shot clock is kind of weird. Into the second period, I did not know that they got Charlie McAvoy up into the booth. If there's one thing that I can say, if there's one thing that I can say about McAvoy up in the booth, my guy, you got to speak up. I can't hear you. Please. I'm turning up the volume. What? I can't hear you. Ooh. And now here's something that you guys need to understand that's sort of integral to how I'm making this season of Into the Den, at least this far. The places in campus at Bridgewater State University to watch hockey are never really are always out in the open, and there's usually usually there's multiple people who want to watch something else. So I I don't get a chance. So I don't usually get a chance to watch hockey out in the open. So I have to watch on a stream on what is it? I know I have it here. Just 1 second. It's on hockey.tv. I'll be linking that in the description. I'll be linking that in the description. But yes, on hockey TV. So I'm not watching it live. I'm watching it on a stream. And so sometimes the stream kind of it's a little wonky. And that's exactly what happened with the Wyatt Johnson goal. So the Bruins give up a goal. I can't even see it. But it's a 1-1 game. And I almost forgot that it's Hockey Fights Cancer night. Obligatory fuck cancer. Cancer. There's nothing you can really say except fuck cancer. But yeah. It's Hockey Fights Cancer night. I wonder if we're gonna. I wonder when the next night we have like that called Hockey Fights Tony D'Angelo night. Clifton ends up taking an interference call a little bit later, and for as good as the Bruins were on the power play tonight, they were amazing on penalty kill. Like Derek Forbort came into this game not only as our absolute best penalty killer on this team, but one of the best penalty killers in the entire league. Fifth among all skaters in the entire NHL in shorthanded time on ice per game. He is out there every single penalty kill, and he is just incredibly clutch every single penalty kill. Every single time I see that the puck is getting cleared out of our end, and it's usually Jack Edwards saying that Forbort is the one that cleared it. So thank you, Winnipeg, for that. I know my buddy Carter, my buddy Carter, who runs the Nolan Hockey Podcast. Shout out to Carter and Zach Nolan. And my buddy Carter, like last year, was like, "Why did you guys get Forbort?" Because he's a Winnipeg fan, and I'm like, I don't know. And he talks about himself. He talks about Forbort getting into a fight with a rookie, and how before that fight, Forbort was so good. He was like a second goalie, and then after that fight, that he gets absolutely shit rocked in with a rookie. He just completely falls apart. I would like to know when he was supposed to fall apart, Carter, because I don't see it. I'm like the refs. I don't see it. But ultimately, but the Bruins end up getting several amazing opportunities. Is like our offense was clicking all night, just amazing, and several. Like this could have easily been a 4-1-5-1 game, a 4-1-5-1 game. But again, like I said, Ottinger. But we do end up getting another one past him. Pasta ends up hitting a seam pass just perfectly, and Hall one times it into the net, and one times it. We don't know who scored this goal. I mean, we technically do, but we don't know. But we really don't know if it bounced off of Ryan Suter's skate or off of David Krejci's skate. Either way, it was not a distinct kicking motion. So the Bruins end up keeping that goal 2-1, and that pretty much drowns out the rest of the second period. opens, the Bruins and the Stars get a pretty juicy 3-on-1 opportunity, and then Luke Glendening, in all of his infinite wisdom, just wastes the shot on Allmark's shoulder. Now, that might not be the smartest decision by Luke Glendening, but also I have to say about Allmark, he is fantastic this season, and if you were to ask me, who the most important person in the entire on the entirety of the Bruins roster, in the entirety of Bruins, and frick, on in any portion of the Boston Bruins this season, I would say that it is Bob Essensa, our goalie coach. Bob Essensa is the Bruins equivalent to the Patriots' Dante Scarnecchia. The only difference is Bob Essensa is like 30 years younger than Dante Scarnecchia, so I don't see him retiring anytime soon. But been our goalie coach since 03, which means that he has overseen Tim Thomas being the best goalie in all of hockey for a good 4 years. Tuukka Rask being one of the best goalies in NHL history for like 3 years out of 7, and when he's not one of the best goalies of all time, when he wasn't one of the best goalies of all time during that time, he was at the very worst a top 5 goalie in the league. Anton Khudobin, the man who signed my Providence Bruins birthday hat that I have had since 2012. Anton Khudobin being one of the best backup goalies in the entire league, and is now coaching the best goalie tandem in the entire NHL. Just Bob Essensa, you are the Bruins' most valuable asset right now. And please don't retire. Please don't retire. But anyway, that little segment about Bob Essensa being amazing right now aside, Frederick ends up taking a delay of game penalty by putting the puck over the glass. It is always funny whenever somebody takes a delay of game penalty, unless it's somebody on your team. Dallas ends up getting a few really good opportunities, but they can't connect. And I gotta be honest, it's sort of just like from there, it's sort of just like a mishmash of like 6 minutes of not play, 6 minutes of playing where both teams get decent opportunities, is bookended by the Bruins going back on the power play because Radek Faksa tripped David Pastrnak. During that time, we head into the Ford F-150. We head into the Ford F-150 Final Five. I don't understand why Dallas didn't pull Jacob Ottinger faster. Sure, don't pull him so quickly that. Honestly, I feel like Dallas's offense was clicking just enough to where they could have pulled him at the 3-minute mark, but they at the 3.5 minute mark, but they waited until 1.5 minutes left in the game to pull him. And even if you pull him that early at 3.5, going down 3-1 with 3 minutes left in the game pretty much doesn't mean anything. We've seen We've seen earlier this just a few days ago, we saw the Kraken give up 2 goals in less than 30 seconds. It was disgusting. But yeah, so they end up pulling Ottinger. What do you know? A minute later, Bergeron ends up intercepting Nils Lundqvist at the in the neutral zone and just batting it towards the goal, and that ends the game. So the Bruins are now 5-0-0 at home for a full season record right now of 6-1-0. Honestly, if this game proved anything, it's that at the very least, Allmark can keep pace with some of the best goalies in the league. Now, Allmark has started the past few games, so I can see Swayman coming back into the game, back into the fold, either next game or the game after. Let's see what the next game is. So the Bruins' next game is on Thursday at home against the Red Wings. The Red Wings are a pretty decent team, and I have still been saying that that Sean Horkoff should be the Bruins GM, and Sean Horkoff is the Red Wings assistant GM. I feel like he's probably picked up something good from Steve Yzerman, but still, I think the Bruins definitely show that they can keep pace with an amazing goal, with one of the best goalies in the league. Now, do I think that this is going to be, and I think that's going to be crucial come the time where we have to play Vasilevsky like at least 3 times this season. I don't know how many times we played Tampa this season. The 3 times that we play the 3 times that we play freaking, who is it? Shoot, the guy from the Rangers. Igor Shesterkin. There we go. Igor Shesterkin. It's going to be useful when we go up against him. It's going to be useful when we go up against someone like Frederick Anderson, when we have to go against Tampa, when we have to go against Carolina. Please, for the love of God, Bruins, do not get shut out in the regular season by Carolina again. But that is it for tonight's episode of Enter the Den. Thank you all so much for watching. Like if you like, click subscribe if you really like. Down below is my TikTok, my twitch.tv, twitch.tv/100_Bex. It's spelled BECS, like this channel name. Think of it like 100 Gex, but with a B instead of a G. And also I will be including the link to On Hockey TV, so that onhockey.tv, so that you can see games how I see games. Bad.